Someone there?
You will make a pretty feast.
My fury.
Elminster's not around, so it might as well.
The corpse seems willing to speak, but not.
How delicious. That's curious. Looking perfect as always, I assume.
Taste my fury.
There's blood in the air. Yes, here.
I don't fancy their chances.
Moving. No time to waste.
This is the countdown.
No time to dally.
Well, hello. This many countdowns. The phrase to unlock our treasures. Best get to the archive if we want to use it.
I applaud your taste.
What am I to do?
Assume nothing.
To be nothing. To be gone for good.
invitation.
None of us should.
You look positively wretched. Hello again. Your prize is just trigger in this height. Shh. I'm doing it again. I can. The archivist. Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
He fears authority. There's one.
A crack like breaking bone. Hope winces.
Scarier things than you. Really. Play your part.
Raphael is everything. Yeah.
A guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the
His eyes flick.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here. A thousand apologies, O majestic magistrate of the Infernal Court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary. An exquisite and most unique artifact, crafted with materials hewn from the depths of the Hells by Raphael's Merrigan labor force. As it was created by Raphael himself, we have no documents of procurement, nor do we require any. But if you wish to examine the artifact itself, you are more than welcome. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share. I see the Orphic hammer has caught your eye. It really is a magnificent exhibit.
The Orphic hammer.
Wholly unique.
When the Orphic hammer strikes like thunder, even astral chains are torn asunder.
Always read the fine print.
Lost in thought.
I do not believe you were invited.
What's that?
Most irregular.
Time for discretion. What is it?
Inside my throat.
Indolence breeds madness.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Careful, I bite. This is the attacks.
It is. The Orphic hammer, right within reach. A magical field surrounds the item, preventing you or anyone from touching it. The magic blinks away at your words.
Might I suggest that was a little too easy? Steal this?
And we shall brace ourselves for what comes next. I feel the hells will truly let loose.
Just rang Raphael's dinner bell. But you are the entire. You claim to be who you are. The moment you
Yes, the hammer is ours. The means to Orpheus's release is in our hands. To the Undercity, Voss must hear of our victory. When we next enter the astral prism, we will break Orpheus free. For now, keep focused. Raphael will come to take back his treasure. This is our chance to find out how much this devil bleeds.
have to stop it! We have to reach the brain!
Strolling these streets together would have been quite magical in other circumstances. This is all a tad apocalyptic for my liking. I hope that wasn't our last kiss. I'd take 1,000 more if I could. I'd need a ream of parchment longer than an elder brain's stem to capture the tumult I feel at that particular prospect. But I'm ready, if that's the word you need to hear. If you call on me, I'm cautiously optimistic. Though, with the time left to us and the amount still to be done, it's best we don't take anything for granted. Who knows what shape these final moments of ours might assume? Not I. Not Mistra. Not even you. But whatever my fate might be, I'll be glad to greet it in such fine company.
A high concentration of combatants here. The brain must be close.
It's dark. Chris! You held the future of the people in your hands. How dare you take our prince from us? How dare you parade around this abomination?
Silence your blasphemous tongue, Voss.
Voss! Give Tavkim crush!
What?
Stand down! The true heir has spoken!
No. It can't be. Orpheus, my prince. What's become of you?
The grand design must be ended. A sacrifice had to be made.
The duty fell to me. I am not long for this world, or any other.
What of Vlaakith? What of our liberty?
You underestimate your own people. Their imaginations have kept the name Orpheus alive for millennia. Bring them my message. Tell them my fate. Some will doubt. Some will mock. But some will listen. And the spark will be lit. Find your nerve, my friend. Today, we strike at the brain. This champion holds the key to the Grand Design's end. Answer to him as you would to me.
Your Majesty.
I have spoken.
As you wish. I stand at the ready.
Your friendship, your constancy. When I fell to despair, they elated me. Thank you, my friend. Shavazai.
Shavazai.
Now, to the Netherbrain. Let it be the first victim in the war for the skies.
We have lost much already, and we will lose more before the day is out. But even when the last soul falls, Baldur's Gate will stand. For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city. It is more than a place of opportunity for those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost. More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls. Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
The very same. The champion we've been waiting for. The one who will save Baldur's Gate from ruin.
The Fist examines your illithid ally with suspicion. He was not expecting the savior of Baldur's Gate to be accompanied by a mind flare.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This one, I know. Observe with whom it traveleth. Friends. This mind flare will fight with thee. It will save thy city and thy lives.
The Fist eyes your illithid ally with suspicion, softening to curiosity. His hostility melting at the recognition that there's more behind those eyes than malice.
My steel is yours, and I'm not alone.
I have marshaled the best the Flaming Fist has to offer. We will fight to the last.
You carried me once, friend. And now, I'll carry you.
You can count on me, little rabbit, and your squiddy friend. I thirst for the hunt.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more. And I would die a proud man if I died this day.
The Blood God asks tribute. The Kuatala answer the call!
My people have never hunted a monster this large. They are eager to join the fray.
I was the first Dark Justiciar in a generation, but soon will be Legion. And today, we fight at your side.
All the strength of the lands we healed flows through me, and from me to you. And whatever company you keep.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us. And not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with They're expecting a speech. Something to stir their hearts and put fire in their bellies for the fight ahead.
Well said. We'll prepare ourselves. We'll be ready when you call upon us. Balduran's grace be with you.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
Should have learned to bloody swim. Can't believe I almost drowned at the last hurdle.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
It's over. It's truly over.
The parasite. It's withered. Dead along with the netherbrain. I am cleansed. I will never be a filthy geich.
Only mild offense intended, of course. You did the unthinkable, and I'm grateful for it.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
It will be done. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains.
Enough talk. Give me my freedom, freedom from this fall. Yes, but for how long? My mind screams. It will never stop until it has slipped away from me entirely. I will not be Gake. I did what I did to save my people. The rest is up to them. Someone else must rise within the ranks to lead the revolution against Vlaakith. Give me my freedom from this form. Release my soul to the astral seas, while I still have one to call my own. Githka Tavkin crushed.
Kulos! I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. To the skies!
The Githyanki are departing in peace. Curious sight in a day already full of them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
What is it, wizard? Huh? There will be plenty to furrow our brows over in the morning. Why not take a break?
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. And once I have, I'll return it to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free. And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. You, for example. You're always wiser than me when it mattered most. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, and I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mistra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
Ah! That might be the smartest thing you've ever said, Gale. What do you think? Time for a quick one? Before the work begins again?
Yes. Baldur's Gate will rise ever stronger. Let us be the ones to lay the first bricks.
You feel a gentle tingling on your skin, a faint prickle that starts to spread across any exposed flesh.
The sun is no longer your friend, then. A freedom you shall sorely miss, I feel.
Your skin now itches insufferably, as if covered in biting ants. You look but see nothing out of the ordinary. Until... this is it. With the Mind Flayer's parasite dead, your time in the sun is over.
Astarion, the sun is burning you! To shelter, quick!
You flee, stumbling through blinding light, your skin intolerably hot. It's hard to say how you find shelter, but you manage it. Now all that's left to do is wait for the familiar embrace of night. For all its terrors, you missed it. Baldur's Gate is not a bad place for a vampire to live, to flourish. And flourish you will. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
It's curious. After all the wonders and monstrosities we've witnessed, waking beside you seems more unreal than any of it. I've forgotten what it felt like to greet a sunrise without fear of it being my last. Soon, I'll deliver the crown to Mistra and be rid of the orb at long last. I'll be free. We have all the time in the world for that. But first, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. I've decided to drop this whole Gale of Waterdeep business. It's a bit pompous, don't you think? You're now in the company of plain old Gale Decarius, a most brilliant wizard of intentionally limited renown. At your service. There remains only one matter to be resolved. For me, at least. I love you. More than I've ever loved anyone, mortal or immortal. And you've proven your love for me in more ways than even the greatest mathematicians would dare to count. I understand your purpose lies here, but I fear if I return to Waterdeep alone, my heart would remain here with you. And so, if you're at all amenable to the idea, I thought I could, perhaps, stay. There might even be room for 2 Decariuses in Baldur's Gate. I suppose I am. Tara would be delighted, not to mention my mother. But I'd be just as happy without such ceremony. So long as we're together. You will? Oh, thank goodness for that. We'll need to make the arrangements, of course. The Decarius clan is scattered far and wide, and you'll have invites of your own to send out, I'm sure. But that's all to come. The day is young,
And there are thousands more days ahead of us.
You feared the worst when the messenger found you. Few know your name, or where you rest while the tyrant's sun is in the sky. But you had nothing to fear. This was the one message you had hoped to receive. An invitation to meet with your friends and allies. Those who stood with you against the Absolute. Those you were parted from so suddenly when the victory was won. Now, you have a chance to say goodbye.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
I cannot remember the last time I heard the ballad of the endless spring performed. Now there's a ditty worthy of a knee slap. I must be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I
Thank Mother
slip into
The
bare.
psionic projection is holding.
Oh, hello, darling. I wasn't sure you'd make it. Yes, you are a very social sort, aren't you? Gale's never been kept so busy in all his days. No wonder his studies are suffering. But such is the way of love, isn't it? I'd like that very much. Thank you, darling. Now, enjoy your party. You've quite earned it, if the balladeers are to be believed.
You're quite certain I look acceptable. Our adventures rarely lend themselves to luxury. Or cleanliness, for that matter. It's been some time since I've made such an effort. That's a relief. I wasn't sure if I'd made too much of an effort. Perhaps not enough.
If only you'd applied those efforts to that thing on your chin.
The day I shave this beard, Tara, is the day I shave you. For both our sakes, I hope it never comes. I won't keep you to myself for too long. But while I have you, I want to say thank you for encouraging me to attend this evening. I confess, when I left Waterdeep, there was a part of me afraid that I might regret my decision. But I never have. The chance to see life through your eyes, as well as my own. It's been everything I hoped it would be. I'm delighted to be here amongst friends again. But part of me is reluctant to step away from our new life, even for such a gathering as this. Home. How I love to share that word with you.
I'm I'm just glad I'm not the only one encouraging you to leave the library once in a while. It does one good to feel the grass beneath one's paws from time to time.
I don't know where to begin in telling people what we've been up to. I suspect they won't believe me. But only in the pursuit of other pleasures besides the study of magic. Writing, painting, spot of knitting. Never been so relaxed. Our lives are certainly a far cry from the one I once pictured. Even now, with the orb's fires quelled by Mister at last, I scarcely dare believe it. Before we met, I fear I was rather stuck in my ways. And stuck inside my tower with a world-shattering orb of magic sealed within my chest, to be fair to myself. I was afraid to so much as dream of a night like this. To hope that my life might amount to more than lonely, bitter disappointment. And then I found you. Standing here, now, I no longer see the people we were. Frightened, desperate, alone. We changed. We survived. And we did it together. I've missed them. I've missed this. I wouldn't go quite that far. Living without the threat of imminent ceramorphosis seems infinitely preferable to life on the precipice of such a transformation. As I told you long ago, it is to be avoided. God knows we suffered for our salvation, but it was worth it, wasn't it? We did something incredible. And wherever life takes us, we'll carry the memory of that with us forever. Now, much as I could spend an eternity in your company, we see plenty of each other already. Tempting as it is to keep you all to myself, would be terrible company if we didn't mingle for at least part of the evening. I love you. Now go on, before I change my mind.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.